confidence has dropped, George?
Not at all. It's just a jab that Oscar De La Hoya has. It hurts you like a big punch. So you think before you do everything, and that stops everything. If you think.
De La Hoya with a quick left hook, partially blocked. Quartey starting to just paw with the jab. That is not the laser shot for which he's known. Counter right hand by De La Hoya as Quartey's jab slows down. Oscar getting the better of it now as we go into the last moment of round 3.
The good thing about Oscar, after every combination, he's back in position to do it again. Quartey throws a good left jab and a right hand, and he's always out of position. And his corner should tell him about being in position.
De La Hoya clearly so focused on the counter right hand that if Quartey starts to get lazy with the jab, Oscar could have a right hand festival. Now Quartey goes back to throwing the thudding jab instead of just pawing with it.
Now, you know Gil Clancy is not going to let Oscar De La Hoya laying his left hand down to his side there. And this is when you want someone like Gil Clancy out speaking, taking charge, getting control here.
But I think the plan is for only Robert Alcazar to talk to the fighter during the fight.
You know, the good thing about Gil Clancy, he can see what is going on.
Well, we'll watch to see if Clancy talks to De La Hoya. De La Hoya lands a hard counter right. Quartey comes back with a right and a left of his own.
Quartey buckled him.
Oh, this is something. This is good.
Okay, put the pressure on him. Stick to what you're doing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Also, you have to be very careful. He doesn't hit you with his left. Okay, stick to your jabs. You're doing good.
This is obviously what De La Hoya has been working on in preparation for this fight, because we've never seen him do this as often. Throwing the right straight over the top.
And he gets back in position.
But at the end of that round, Quartey buckled De La Hoya's knees.
Ike Quartey, a man who commonly throws 80 to 85 punches around, averaging 48 attempts per round here, as he shortens up his output to try to accommodate for De La Hoya and the firepower coming back. Harold, how'd you score the first 3?
Jim, I got it 2 rounds to 1. 29-28, Oscar De La Hoya. I gave Oscar rounds 1 and 3. I think that when he opens up, he outpunches him and he hurts him. I don't know, to me, he looks like a skinny little kid, but God darn, the minute he opens up, he gets straight and he whacks him. As far as Ike Quartey goes, the snap is not really there. De La Hoya's head never went back once from a jab. I mean, if Quartey does land the jab, Oscar usually either blocks it or it just doesn't seem to have an effect.
Oscar keeps his distance. Quartey should understand at least touch his toe or something before you jab. Don't just throw your jab out there. You got to have something that you see. Otherwise, your jab will fall on his right hand all night.
So do you think that so far, De La Hoya is winning the tactical battle, the mind game between the two fighters?
Well, he's keeping his distance. You know, when you're an inch taller, use that inch. And that's what he's done so far. Quartey is standing back, not moving his head, shakes his fist before he does something. You want to be the champion of the world, you're going to have to get out there and mix it up and take it from him.
But as De La Hoya flattens out, spreads his feet, and goes for more power on his connected punches, he brings himself down into Quartey's range.
Yeah, because he wants to spring up with his hook. He understands that he gets power with springing with that hook.
Tactical round 4, they trade jabs. De La Hoya looking to find a way to shorten the distance between himself and Quartey, while at the same time nullifying Quartey's jab by staying away when the Ghanaian star wants to throw.
Now, whenever Oscar decides to stop doing anything, Quartey starts with his jab again. So Oscar's got, when he's not moving around, do something.
De La Hoya landing a little right as Quartey awkwardly stepped to the side.
Now Oscar does something different. He stoops down and jabs upwardly to the shorter opponent. Notice when Oscar misses a jab or right hand, he gets right back into position. He doesn't try to follow the guy. Quartey is moving around, hasn't decided what kind of footwork he wants, hasn't established any kind of tactics with his feet.
And as round 4 comes to a close, the two fighters are getting better and better looks at one another because they are throwing fewer and fewer punches as time goes by.
It's respect. Both have a lot of respect for each other. Both have it.
Okay, you got to keep thinking more and more. He only has the right hand. That's the only punch he's got. You got to watch out for that right hand.
And keep him outside.
You got to get a little busy with the hands, Oscar. You let them in the fight. Throw those combinations once in a while. They look great.
Okay, you have to start crouching a little bit. Okay, when you let out the jab, crouch out a little bit. Okay, and step up the pressure. Don't give him a chance to do those things, all these things that he's doing at this point. When you jab, stay on the left-hand side, okay?
Conventional wisdom is that Quartey cannot win a close decision in what amounts to Oscar De La Hoya's hometown. No matter how we score the fight, the benefit of the doubt in the close rounds may be going to De La Hoya. Oscar Quartey will have to open up.
It's worth pointing out, though, that all 3 judges are from out of the United States, 2 from the United Kingdom, 1 from Japan, as they attempt to eliminate any implication of favoritism in the judging here.
Now, Oscar has Quartey reaching out with paw and hooks rather than jabbing straight forward. Got his hand tucked to his side, and I'm telling you, Oscar can do a lot of things when his hands are in that position.
And incidentally, between rounds, you probably heard Gil Clancy leaning in over De La Hoya's left shoulder and talking into his left ear. Throw more combinations, he said. They look beautiful.
Every now and then, he said. Not constantly, just throw them every now and then and let the guy know that you have something. Now, when you start throwing left hooks wild like that, then you get out of rhythm. So you got to really contain yourself. Oscar.
And Quartey having to discipline himself to choose his shots correctly in a fight in which he's fighting at a much more measured pace than he's ever been accustomed to in his career.
What Oscar is doing, using the middle of the ring. He's not interested in the ropes. He's not interested in anything but the middle of the ring.
Do you see anything here so far, George, that indicates that that 16-month layoff is a big factor for him?
It has nothing to do with it. He's found a guy who can jab with him, Quartey has, and he's trying to find a way to do it. One thing about it, he's brave. He hasn't given up. He's just looking for another way. Now he's slapping with his left jab. You don't want to do that. That's when you can really get countered because it throws your body inwardly toward the pointing of your feet.
Well, and the 2 times that De La Hoya has landed sharply with big right-hand counters, it was when Quartey got lazy with his jab, pawed with it, didn't bring it back in a hurry, dropped it down to his waist, and he's holding it down there now.
Now you see Oscar has no respect for Quartey's right hand. He's only watching the left jab, which is good. The guy...
You know, but nothing's happening in this round, basically. I don't see De La Hoya doing much. I see Quartey doing most of the landing.
Not much is a lot for Oscar De La Hoya. Not much is a lot.
Body punches inside.
What do you mean by that, George?
What does that mean?
Because you don't want to get out there and take some chances with a guy whose only chance thus far is to win by knockout. You want to stay positioned. Don't take any risk. Jab him because the whole world has said he has a good jab. So out jab him. The crowd will applaud. You got your hometown.
Well, maybe he improves his chances to win by decision in this round because I tend to agree with Larry. Quartey has controlled the activity here, and I'd be hard-pressed to see how a judge could give this round to Oscar.
When you get him to the ropes, you got to do something.